Hello, StarCraft fans. It's Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today it's going to be a mid-rank madness at the diamond level between Tryouts and Bodzio on Lost and Found, the latter edition. In the top right-hand corner, it's the red Zerg player Tryouts. And in the bottom left-hand corner, the blue Terran player Bodzio. Bodzio is fun to say. What a great name that is. Bodzio, 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 Bodzio. Anyway, if you're here, you should probably check me out on Twitch. Twitch.tv/FalconPaladin. I'm going to do, well, in the process of doing a brutal playthrough of the Legacy of the Void campaign. It is Protoss. I'm not very good at Protoss. So come watch me fail, come watch me succeed, laugh, cry. Had about 20 people watching last Saturday. And just come in and join in on the fun. I upload to Twitch, stream to Twitch at 1080p and 60 frames per second, so it looks very, very much like this. I know not everybody does that on Twitch, so that's pretty much my advantage. Alright, so hatch first into an extractor here out of Tryouts. This build has been safe against Terran so many years. And it looks like a Reaper expand. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeedy, Rooney. No reason for this collection of gas unless you want a Reaper. But sometimes they say, I don't feel like doing Reaper harass. Let's just get a Marine. Let's just get a little bit of Marines for my 5.5 minutes. Got me. Got me. Threw down the reactor instead. Is going to start pumping out those Marines. Or toss down the reactor onto a factory. Something along those lines. There's some options here, but I think it's going to be Marines early because it needs some kind of defense. Unless Tryouts decides just to leave you alone forever, which is entirely possible. Something that could happen. But there's the expansion. SCV running around, seeing the spawning pool. Once that's done, it's pretty much time to get out. But for the time being, you have a couple seconds to see, I don't know, what are we going to do? See an additional gas taken. I mean, there's not a lot to scout at this point. Oh, is he? What the what? Bodzio?
Complete.
This is a fake out. Like, there's no way. He's, oh, maybe he was trying to get Tryouts to cancel there, but... Oh, got some drones pulled off the line here. This is the biggest fake out of all time. Bodzio has no interest in actually finishing this bunker, but if he leads these drones on a merry chase around and around and around... Oh, or just dies. Okay, dying was not part of the menu there, and now the drones are fine, so... Yeah, oh, you can cancel this, right? Bodzio, you know this. Bodzio. Bodzio. Okay, whew. Last second cancel. You guys, I said you were diamond, and a diamond player would not just let that thing die without the refund, so... Oh, this is the skin where the Marines have the shoulder pads with spikes on them and the swords on their guns. Ooh, chainsaws or something. That's what it kind of looks like. Ling's moving out for Tryouts. Forced some Lings out. Did Bodzio. Now they feel like they have to do something. And, alright, that seems fair. I guess they could get here and do something. Although there's 4 Marines. Get them. Get him, get it. You can get them. Slowlings are okay versus Marines, it turns out, especially if the Marines don't have any upgrades, as they don't. But more Marines showing up here. That's too many. Too many. Lost a Ling in the process. Tryouts is being cautious, and appropriately so. Really needs to go for a third, unless this is a 2-base all-in. Unless it's like a Roach Queen. Okay, there's your Baneling nest. Or some kind of a 2-base Baneling style thing. Roach Queen Nidus all-in is real good. Really, really good. It succeeds at the pro level, you guys. So even pros die to that thing. So learn the build, figure it out. You get a 3rd base eventually, but you get the lair first. And get a lot of gas, Roach Warren. When the lair pops, get a Nidus Worm, continuing making queens all the time. And then you pop it. But I don't feel like that's what's going on here. Tryouts is not expanding, and it's freaking me out. We're at 4 minutes. You don't have a 3rd yet? Are you 2-base Baneling busting right now? Seems like it might be moderately viable. I do like a good Baneling bust, especially... if you don't have many tanks, but check it out, a tank from Bodzio. Yeah, I mean, you're going to want a tank in the early game here. If there's any kind of early aggression from the Zerg player, a tank is going to help you so much. It really is. One tank set like right here, covering that front door, is really good against Zerglings, Banelings, Roaches, Ravagers. Maybe not as good against Ravager, but still great against everything else. 16 Lings on the way from Tryouts. He is going for the Baneling bust. Holy smokes. A lot of Queens back home for defense. 20 Lings now. Alright, Bodzio, you ready for this? You ready for the Baneling bust, my friend? Oh, these tanks look so silly with the knives on them. Why do you have knives on your front? What are you doing with those? Mysteries. Incredible mysteries. That's all it is. Alright, so front door walled off quite nicely, although 5 Banelings will take down either a supply depot or a bunker. They both have 400 hit points. And, okay, hold on. Get out of there. Wow. 9 lings have died for no reason at all. I know you're thinking about a Baneling bust. I understand that, but maybe not anymore. Maybe not anymore. Maybe he says, now I need a third base. Bodzio's been playing this exceptionally well. He really has. Despite the fact there was no Reaper harassment, he did force some lings out early that didn't do anything for tryouts. So many Zerglings. These could be drones. These could so be drones right now. But instead they're not. Instead they are regular old Zerglings. Regular dumb old Zerglings. And now he's making Banes. I mean, they might come in handy later. Like, I don't want to say they're going to be useless. It's just right now. You don't need them. Tryouts has showed no sign of moving out, especially with the pressure you put on his front door. He's not going to pick up and leave now because he thinks a Baneling bust is coming. He's getting missile turrets kind of blindly. Actually, super blindly, because he has no idea what's going on since that SCV left, the one that was scouting. So he is turtling up a little bit hard here. That's the one thing I'm not a fan of what Bodzio is trying to do here. She'll get going for a third base. He should be harassing. He should be getting Hellions. If he has this many Marines and tanks, you need to push. You need to start getting possibly some medevacs here as well. A supply blocked, which is not great, but additional supply depots are on the way. Tryouts is actually not doing too poorly on worker count either. Is that a spore? That's a spore. So blind spores and blind missile turrets from both of these players. I am shocked by the lack of scouting. I really am. Overlord poked in a little bit and did see some of these buildings, but not the starport. Has to assume, though. Has to assume there's one there. I suppose that's how that works, right? Yes. Yes, it is. Grooved spines on the way from Tryouts, getting centrifugal hooks. Getting Overlord speed. Pneumatized Carapace. So you're going for Baneling drops against Terran. It doesn't work that well, especially if they have a lot of Marines. They just kind of shoot your Overlords out of the sky. And then you die. What are these yellow things? Are they like canisters of Vespene on the tanks with this skin? It's such a weird Mad Maxi skin. Oh, and the Marines have like their skull faces too. All right, is it time to go, or are you just securing a third base? Well, I think it's time to go is what this is. And the medevacs have knives on their front too. Ah, so silly. So silly. Hydralisk, the tech of choice here from Tryouts, getting upgrades, +1 attack, +1 ground carapace. And again, that grooved spines. Basically, that should have told us it was going to be Hydra, but I was not thinking about it at the time. All right, Marine, tank, 2 Marauders, just for good measure. 4 tanks, though, is really powerful. I don't know if you want to attack into 4 tanks with Hydraling, Baneling. Especially not at this stage of the game, or your upgrades aren't quite there yet. Liberators in production back home for Bodzio. It'd be nice if he had them now, but this is fine. They'll shut down this 4th base attempt at Tryouts. No big deal. Creep tumors down. Cancel the base. Cancel the base. Cancel the base. Didn't cancel the base. Fountain of blood gushing up. And everybody comes back home. Queen. Wow. Very positive thinking there. Trying to get that down. I was going to say, nope. All right, from different sides. Lings from the backside. Hiders from the front side. One tank does get picked off. If the Marines and Marauders leave their tanks alone... Oh, the tanks get nicely done by Tryouts there. Now Baneling hits. And it was not a flawless victory from Tryouts, mind you, but he is going to hold here. Especially if he keeps picking up the medevacs in the sky. He's kind of target firing them. Marines trying to hold their own here. They have +1/+1 versus the no upgrades on the Hydras, and there's only 2 of them here. So this group's still alive, still killing creep tumors. Marauder has 3 kills. Marine has 5 kills. Liberators trying to come in here too. Have I seen Liberators with the skin before? They look silly. They do. All right, Liberators set up here. Bodzio is making this thing happen. Oh, Liberator 1 goes down. There's still 1 remaining. Zerglings on top of the Marines, getting those surround actions on. They do have the +1 ground carapace, making them harder to kill. Queen gets picked off there, so it can't kill the Liberator. Well played by Bodzio. Well played indeed. +1 ground attack. Melee attack is on the way from Tryouts. Zerglings popping out. They need something to kill this Liberator. Okay, 8 Hydras will do. 8 Hydras with grooved spines will do quite nicely. Reinforcements pushing across here. Bodzio floating a lot of money. 2,000, 1,000 in the bank, which makes a lot of sense because he should have bigger reinforcement groups than this coming across. And he really doesn't. He keeps... Oh, this Marine. This poor guy. Yeah, not going to work out for you. Spore Crawler getting some decent hits off. Oh, it does get picked out of the ground, though. Marauder killed. Marine's going to die. Hydra's from the backside. Liberator down, and that helps the job a lot. Medevac's getting picked off here. 2, 1 down, and 2 down, and possibly 1 more down. You have a boost available. You have a boost available. You got to get out Bodzio, but he just uses the high ground instead. So it is still 3,000 to 1,000, 3,000 to 1,000 in the bank for Bodzio, starting to float a whole lot. Did kill the 4th base, which was nice. 6,000 resources lost for Tryouts, 4,000 lost for Bodzio, and cost efficient. Did not expand behind that either, and only now realizing maybe I need more barracks. Maybe I got to do some more barracks here. Maybe I'm going to expand twice too. Going to spend this money. All right, so that's the next best thing you can do. If you're having a hard time spending your money, might as well just do what you can with it when you recognize what's going on, right? No use crying over spilled milk. Spend everything you can. Liberator setting up at the front here. It's going to be a Ling Hydra push with not a lot of stuff behind it for Tryouts. Ling's checking to see, is there a 3rd base anywhere? No. Bodzio's still on 2 bases, which has got to make Tryouts feel really good. The worst is when you deal with an attack like that, lose a base, lose a bunch of units, lose some drones, and then come across and see the Terran already has 4 bases and you're on 3. Ugh. Brutal. Been there. I have been there against some very good Terran players who expand while they attack, multiple pronged, just different locations, and makes me feel like they're smurfing a little bit, but maybe that's just how good diamond level players are these days. Very pulsable. Very, very pulsable indeed. Alright, so heading up on the left side here is Bodzio with his medevacs. Creep spread looking okay. I mean, hasn't done a lot with it for a couple minutes now as Tryouts, but he's working on those upgrades. He's got 3 evolution chambers running. Upgrade, 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 which I love to see. Really love to see a triple upgrade coming out of those things. It really helps in the mid game and in the late game. But here comes the drop, and I'm not sure what Tryouts has to deal with this. What Tryouts has is 12 Banelings, 15 Hydras, and 27 Lings. So yes, he can handle this drop if he knows where it is. If he can respond quickly enough. This Overlord needs to move out a little bit. Needs to be able to see this rather than just seeing when the drop shows up. It's like, oh, there's a drop there here. Thank you for the advance warning, Overlord. Ah, Bodzio doing the multi-pronged thing. Lurker Den, which the building animation has actually been fixed. So we should watch this for a second. Well, when it's done. When it's done, it's fixed. Alright, so I think we're going to try to hit the main base and probably this 3rd base at the same time. There are units defending the 3rd, which I like to see. A couple things inside the main too, but I think that's just a bad rally. I think there are some broken rally points. Yep. There was a rally, I think, to a unit that died. They're going to try to unload here, and the bad rally actually helping Tryouts in this situation. Oh, everyone's going to die here. Get out. Oh, Medevac's dead. Hydras are so good against Medevacs, especially if they don't boost away. Like this one is not. Oh, it did. It did. And it... Ooh, 7 hit points. And then the drop. Well, coming to the 4th base, forcing a cancel. Wow. Tryouts with the cancel there. Baneling's exploding, everybody getting out, boosting away. You got to save that boost for running away type situations. So Bodzio has a couple command centers, orbital commands that he really needs. Oh, look at that Ultralisk trophy he's got for winning a game, a tournament in-game in StarCraft 2. That's what that is. You can sign up for little tournaments for people at your MMR, and if you win, you get a trophy you can display like that. Very cool. All right, but regardless, you need to expand. There we go. Expand while attacking. Expand while attacking. That's what Day 9 taught me that. And I am hereby teaching it to other people. Lurker Den. See? It looks fixed now. They fixed it in one of the latest patches. It wasn't a balanced patch, so I didn't talk about it on the channel, but it was a patch nonetheless. Medevac coming home. Managed to make it home with 7 hit points. Well done, Medevac. I mean, everybody that she was carrying over there died. So maybe not as great. But Adaptive Talons on the way. It does show us Adaptive Talons, right? It sure does. Sure does show us Adaptive Talons up top. That Lurker burrow speed, it makes me laugh every time. I giggle quite a bit. All right, so it looks like we're going to go Ling Bling Hydra against a Marine Marauder tank composition. I just haven't seen this work all that well for Zergs in the past. But we'll see. It's mid-rank madness. Crazy stuff happens. Bodzio throwing up a great wall of supply depots, despite the fact that he already has 200 available supply. So this is just extra wallage. It's a real cheap way to wall off, as it turns out. Also, Tryouts is not scouting. He's kind of scouting. This Overlord is passively scouting right now. 170 to 145 supply. At some point, you just kind of have to go. Honestly, at this point, if you have Hydra And Ling and Baneling, some ultras would not go amiss, especially considering the upgrades you're working on here, Tryouts. +3, +3, +3 on the way. Wait. Yeah, ground carapace. Yeah, I mean, just making an ultralisk cavern right now would not hurt you in the tiniest bit. In the case you need them, they can tank a lot of damage. Sure, there's a lot of marauders on the ground here from Bodzio, but just having them to absorb that first wave while the Lings get around the backside while the Hydras pick off from behind is a really good strategy. Also a good strategy, 16 Lurkers. Whoa! Here they come. Hello! All these Lurkers are here. They're going to be 3/3 Lurkers, man. And the thing is, bonus damage versus armored. 36 damage versus armored splash, 24 damage versus everything else, which means the Marauders and the tanks are pretty good targets for them. The thing is, the Marauders hit them really hard because Lurkers are armored, and Marauders do that bonus versus armored. There it is, 22 damage versus armored versus 11 versus non-armored. That's just such a good upgrade. Such a good bonus here. 56 to 62 Harvesters, double expanding is Bodzio. Fourth base going down quite nicely. Third base is well established. Zerg is hanging out. Zerg, what are you doing? Can I look at your camera for a second? You're thinking about expanding. Good. Creep spread is actually pretty amazing. It's going to be a hard time for Bodzio to come out of his base and try to kill you without you seeing exactly what's going on. So, kudos to that one. Is he injecting at all?
Mineral field depleted.
I don't think this guy is injecting, period. Nope, he's not. All right, here we go. Trying to set up. Whoa, that quick burrow is so good. The wall is no place for these Lurkers. Lings and Banelings cruising on in here. Hydras pretty much moving into the chaos right now. Banelings firing on in. Hydras left. Lings, Banes trying to make this thing happen. Gonna lose the third base almost entirely. Oh, is he gonna let that thing live? No, he finishes it off from distance. The Hydras recognized what was going on there. Tank firing at distance on these Lurkers. There's the scan. Get up. Get up, get up. That's not close enough. Get up, get up. There you go. Oh, they burrow so quickly. Tank down instantly. Gonna lose Marauders here, too. What a crazy push here from Tryouts. I'm liking it quite a bit. The Hydras say, Liberators undefended. We can take care of you. And they do. The Marauders can't attack into this. The Marauders will die. Hydras push back. Push continuing to push forward here. Here is the battle. Lurkers burrowing into the ground. The Marauder count is really working against Bodzio right now. Lurkers continuing to tack on forward, and that is going to be it for that bio. Holy smokes. Tank's gone, and that's it. Bodzio with the good game. The Lurker strategy worked for Tryouts, and he's going to stick around and try to do some more stuff. So we'll let him do that. We'll follow these guys as they run around and kill whatever is left here from the Terran player. But what a match. Holy cow. That was amazing. All right, so Bodzio did a pretty good job harassing. I wouldn't say it was an epic job harassing, right? He ended up killing how many drones? One. You can't kill one drone in an 18-minute game. Losing 27 SCVs. I guess that wasn't harassment, though. That was just the final push from Tryouts there. But killed a hatchery. Did deny that fourth base once, which was very nice. I can't decide. Do you think it was Tryouts recognizing that there were a lot of tanks and Marauders and just figured Lurkers were the way to go? I kind of feel like it was. I kind of feel like it was for him. And again, the upgrades were just pristine. 3-3-3 across the board. He had that at the 15-minute mark versus a 2-2 from Bodzio, which is great, but not going to stand up. He had Adrenal Glands. Are you kidding? Adrenal Glands, Adaptive Talons, Muscular Augments, and Grooved Spines. Jeez. Gee willikers. Upgrade king here is Tryouts. All right, so that's going to be it for me. But if you want to have one of your games cast at the gold, platinum, or diamond level by Falcon Paladin, send it to falconpaladin@gmail.com with the subject of MidRank Madness. I'll get my screeners to look those over. The best ones will be chosen and cast on the channel. Again, it's 2 of those a month at this point. So if you don't get cast, please don't be discouraged and stop trying. Keep it up. Keep sending them in. Send in your good ones, your exciting ones like this. Different stuff. Lurker versus a Bio Terran. Don't see that a lot. Worked out. That's a send. Alright, that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and Mid-Rank Madness. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.
Before us, our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. Justice, our duty is unending. I feel your presence. We are as one. Sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Ascension is before us. Our honor guides us. Me with you, you with me. We are as one. I sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Sense a soul, a soul in search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. I sense a soul, search of the answers. May the gods watch over you. Kushala Adu. Kalarulas. Paramulas. Aklaranus. Naslaran. Kinalatu. Casar di Templare. Daramanaka. Oshara Sashina.